Hi folks, well, a friend of mine online, Sam Black, started wearing kilts and said to me, can you write down below how you look after your kilt? Well, I thought that's a lot of flipping writing, so I thought I'd do a quick video of how I do my kilts. So I'm going to try and do it in as quick a time as possible, and if you're really into kilts and you want to get into it for weddings and all that sort of thing, don't take much flipping notice of me. Look for videos that's really going to go into that. For me, I wear them as part of my goth outfit because I love kilts, wear them every day. So I'm not looking for a kilt that looks like it's just going to go off to a wedding or a big ceremony, or I'm going to be marching in a band or anything. I just want a kilt that looks every day, sort of a bit kick-ass, a little bit battle ready, like I'm sort of charging down that flipping hillside or something. So I'm not looking for pristine kilts. Now for me there's three kilts. There's a utility kilt, a acrylic kilt, and a polyvisco kilt. You can go further into pure sort of like wool kilts and everything, but for now I'm going to go into those three. Now utility kilts, I had one. I wasn't that keen of it. It sort of got me into the kilts. Wasn't that keen of it. Wore it a couple of times, gave it away. So I can't say too much along that line, but I'd say if you're going to look after them, very similar to this. Now, the first of the other two is this, acrylic. Now, I don't know if you see, if the light hits it, that is pretty flipping rugged looking. It's a bit too rugged, unless I really want to look like I've been running down the hillside after about flipping 6 months or so. What I find with acrylic, this is a 5 yard, so the pleats are a lot wider on a 5 yard kilt than they would be on an 8 yard. Acrylic is a lot lighter. The feel of it's light, it works lighter and everything. It's great if you want to go out to stag do, or you want to do a little bit of sports in a kilt, or whatever you want to do in the day in a kilt, really, I suppose. But you'll get out of an acrylic what an acrylic would give you, really. But I find with acrylic, me personally, you're going to do a fair bit of ironing, because although I wash this exactly like I'm going to show you in a minute, well, I'm going to tell you in a minute, it still looks, see all that, look, it just needs, all those pleats need ironing in and everything, if you want at least some sort of decent look about it. So I've got one acrylic, so I'm not that keen on them. I bought this because it's the weathered look. I wanted a weathered look, and it's funny enough, it's the black watch, but you wouldn't recognise it. It's weathered right down. If I can get this in weathered look, polyvisco, I'll be an happy man. So polyvisco is my go-to kilt. Why? It's heavier. I know this is an 8 yard rather than a 5, but whatever, 5 or 8, when you hold it, you can feel that flipping weight. So if you don't want to carry a lot of weight around your waist, it's not that good. But it's about twice the price, if not more, of the acrylic. Still not bad. And because it's heavy, I find the pleats hanging a lot better. Sometimes they're not totally perfect. I don't know if you can catch any there. They're not all pristine sharp. Sometimes when you do it, they're pretty much with just a little bit of ironing or steam ironing, really nice. But these are fine, hard wearing, heavy. If you go out in these, you got a little bit of help if there's a wind and you're in town. A little bit of help that they're not going to flippy go flying everywhere. I'm not saying they don't, but it's not as bad as the acrylic. So yeah, there's some weight in there, and I use that weight for my advantage. So normally when I keep a kilt, they're like that. That is folded into three, the back and the two front flaps. And then I looked at kilt hangers, flipping expensive for one. So I thought, I'll buy these. These are, I don't know, I call them skirt hangers. Put your skirt on there and hang it up. I don't know. But anyway, they're not quite as long as a kilt hanger, but they more or less do a kilt when it's folded into that three sections. And so they're just a little bit shorter, and I can buy 10 of those for a lot cheaper than one flipping kilt hanger. And they take the weight. So I don't wear my kilts very long. I've got 10 kilts, so I don't have to wear them very long. So they don't really get grubby and everything, so washing is a lot easier. So remember, get yourself at least 2 or 3 if you can, so you can circulate them a bit. And what I do is, I'll get it like that, fold it into 3, the 2 front folds and the back. So there's 3 layers there. Get it like that. Straight flaps at the front, pleats at the back, and then fold it forward like that, so you're keeping the straight on the inside. Fold it once. You can just do it once if you want, but I fold it again twice, so it's like that. Put it nice and flat, keep them pleats flat, and then just fold it forward. So now it looks like that. The body at the bottom, pleats at the top, I find the best. Now, if you've got a fairly big sink, a good sized kitchen sink will do the job. If push comes to shove, use the bath, but a big sink will do the job. I find the worst thing you could probably do with these is just get your kilt and throw it in and let's toss it around, because you're going to do some flipping ironing afterwards, which I don't particularly want to do. Fill the sink up with hot water, soap detergent, and then keeping it nice like that, just lower it in till it's covered, and then I leave it there for 10 minutes or so while I'm doing something else to soak in and get all that water in, that heavy material. Then I go back, keep squidging it like that, so the water's coming in to the material, pressing out again, back in, pressing out. Do that for so long, and then when I think it's had a good old pat around, let the water out, fresh water, it's in, do the same thing. Keep making sure those pleats still look pretty good. Do it, so I do it 1 rinse, 2 rinse, 3 rinse. By that time the water's going away, more or less natural-ish colour. Keep it like that, lift it out of the sink, soaking wet. You don't want to be squidging it or anything. Soaking wet into a bowl. I don't have a big garden with lines that are secure, and somebody's not going to go, oh, a kilt, I fancy trying a kilt, I'm having that one. So I haven't got anything like that. So for me it's the bathroom, a line across the room over the bath does the job. Take the bowl in, put it in the bath, lift it up, drop it like that, and it will look just like it does now. So then you can put your hanger on, the 3 layers, so it does look like, get it right, does look like that, but it's going to be there for a long flipping time trying to get the air and the heat in there to dry your flipping material. So you need to open it full length, which is about that. I'll tell you how long it is. It is 1, 2, 3 of those. So I open the kilt up, I'm not going to do it now, but I'll open it up in the centre, hang it there, hang it up, bring this side up, and right from that edge put the outside and then hang it up. This side on the very end and on, hang it up. So now it's hanging on 3 of these hangers. Now if you don't want to use that full length, what you can do is bring those hangers in a little bit. You can have the middle one like that, and the 2 side ones you can do like that, which means you can pull it in like that, so it's practically a Z shape hanging. That, if you do that in I used to do it in the afternoon, by morning that kilt is dry. When I go in and I feel it, that's dry. After it's dry, I give it a good look. 95 times out of 100 I can fold it into 3, put the hanger on, take it where I keep the hangers, hang it up for when I want to wear it, and it will be 95+% looking flipping good. If you ever find that there's a crease somehow in the front, bit of steam or a steam iron, just take that out. If you find 1 or 2 pleats at the back that are playing the idiot, then just steam them down a little bit. But I don't have to get it out and iron and iron and iron. And like I said, I'm looking for the everyday kilt. I'm not looking for a pristine, let's go to the wedding. So yeah, that's it. And like I said, I've got 10 and I keep them on hangers like this on a rack. Now what you can do, and especially if you're travelling somewhere and you want to take an extra kilt with you, you might be wearing one, want to take an extra one. What I would do is, again, in the 3 layers, 2 front, 1 back, and I would always keep the flat side inwards. So a little bit like when I'm going to wash, fold it into 2. Now I suppose you could fold it into 2, or you could theoretically go 1, 2 rather than just 1. But I do it in half again, so it's about that size. You can see the pleats are still looking pretty good. put them down the front of you and stroke them down. One hand underneath, do that. So it's aft, take it to your body, keep those pleats like that, take your hand out, and again, you've got your kilt like that. You can just put that into your case or whatever, or if you don't want to hang your kilts up, keep that heavy side at the bottom, pleats at the top, keep them like that. And if in wherever you keep your garments, if you've got little shelves, just get it like that, place it onto the shelf like that, and I would say you could probably put another one on top of that, maybe two, so maybe 1 to 3, and that will keep the pleats. And because this fold here is pretty big, when you undo it, you're not going to get lines in the front and that like you would say with a t-shirt. Now don't fold it any different to that. Fold it the way that I just pointed out, and as soon as you fold it, you can see there that all the pleats are fine. I don't know how it's showing up there, but you're all okay. And when you want it, there it is. Minimum fuss. The washing does the job, the hanging does the job. However you want to keep it afterwards, like that, on one of these, fantastic. Very rarely do I go and think, oh man, look at that freaking kilt, I've got to do a little bit of ironing. And if I have, it's very minimal. So, Sam, that's how I look after mine. Wash it, hang it, look after it. Utility kilt, like I said, I'm not really into them, but I would hazard a guess, because they're flat at the front, pleats at the back, but they're a lot wider pleats than a traditional kilt. Probably even wider than the 5-yard kilt. Do it pretty much the same. Fold, turn over, stick it on a shelf. You could even put it in a drawer, but I'd sort of put it in a drawer, maybe one. If it's a shallow drawer, ones. It's a little bit wider, you might get away with 2. But yeah, folks, that's what I do with mine. I just know if I sent it to the laundry, they're not going to be, oh, let's get all these pleats. So they're probably going to go press, and whatever it presses, you're going to get. So you might have to press them out again. If you want to take them to the laundrette and just throw it in, then be aware that you're going to do a lot of flipping ironing and everything to get it back to normal afterwards. That for me is, I've found, the easiest, best way of doing a kilt. Least bother, keeping your pleats in, and it still looks pretty flipping neat for what I want it for. So folks, there you go. On a different sort of video, probably a little bit boring for some, but if you wear a kilt, you've got to do something. But like I said, if you want it for weddings and all that, then you got to go out your way a little bit and get those flipping things pristine, and they look flipping good. So here's to you folks. Crappy day out today. It's supposed to be flipping lovely tomorrow, but we shall see.